Alrighty guys, Nathan and Melissa back again. This is our third video, I think. Yeah, so we're getting consistent, which is nice. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for tuning in. It's gonna be a bit of an interesting update, I think, this particular time, because the market already started getting a bit weird last month. It's gotten a lot weirder, I'd say. So we'll start in the rentals market and then I'll give a synopsis on sales as well. What have you been seeing?
I think we've been seeing a lot less inquiry over the last probably 30 days. So generally when we were listing properties, they were going pretty quickly. We were doing 1 or 2 open homes. The pricing was fairly consistent, but we are seeing currently that we're having to move pricing around a little bit, change ads around and have multiple open homes before we're renting them. There's not a lot on the market at the moment under that $1,000 mark. So the pool of tenants looking at properties is a lot smaller, obviously, because we're in that higher end. We are still getting some applications, but we're just not seeing them fly off the shelf like we were before.
Yeah, and it almost seems like people are hesitant, right? They're putting applications in, they're changing minds and all the fun stuff. We have obviously seen as well that, you know, along the way there's been challenges around current tenancies and all the things that come with, I think, when financial stress kicks in and all the other things that we've got going on. So I'm actually looking for an investment myself, like to go and move into, and it is easy as a tenant, which is kind of weird, right? There's less fighting, there's less people at these open homes, there's actually negotiations, which I find quite intriguing.
Which we haven't had in years.
No. What I will say, and I'm going to harp on about this forever, is, and you and I have had this conversation many times, is I really believe floor plans are important, right? So rentals is very similar to sales, where I think sometimes you got to step outside of what the norm is, right? And there is no floor plans anywhere except for us, which is really good. So when you have more opportunistic tenants, then there are must-be tenants, if that kind of makes any sense at all. People are going to the floor plans and it's got to be lifestyle based. So I think that's where your benefit is and the way that you work. And look, things don't rent instantly at the moment.
No, but they are still renting. We are still seeing applications come in, good applications come in. I think also around the winter time and end of tax, like financial year time, people tend to kind of just hold and see what they're going to do in the next financial year. We also do virtual tours on a lot of our properties as well. Just gives people a feeling of being inside the property before they go and look. One, it saves time for them and it saves time for us, so we're not driving out there, they're going out there and it's not really for them. So the benefits of that floor plan and that virtual tour, we're seeing huge success with.
100%. I will just run through, because obviously this video is specifically for our landlords and tenants now, right? But I do think that it's important to point out, I think, how integral a good property manager is. And we've taken over some properties from other property managers, and those landlords will likely watch this video. But there's been some interesting cases, right? We can't go into too much detail at the moment while the things are working themselves out, but looking from the outside in, yes, I'm the owner of the business, but I leave that whole department to you. Is the one thing you do really, really well, and you manage 2 of my investments, is that you keep things to the book, everything's record ready, and we're good, right? If we need insurance claims and things like that, we've got the experience, and some of the ones we've taken over in the past have had some pretty unfortunate representation that we're trying to fix, and it's harder to fix them when you're the new person on the block, right? So I appreciate everyone that has come to us, appreciate those that are having to work through some of these issues. We are doing our best, and obviously we've got to work through the fun stuff.
It's the lack of detail, I think, is that the previous managers or previous people have lacked. And I think as long as we're doing what we're meant to do and ensuring that the detail and everything's kind of followed by the rules, then you shouldn't have any issues. So the ones that we are taking over that have had some issues, it really just comes down to proper property management.
100%. And look, we're not perfect. You know, we're constantly improving, and you know, we're always having chats, you and I, about how can we do things differently, how can we get rid of the old, this is what was always normal, and change things up, and it's been working really well. And I'm appreciating that change and growth when we need it to be. Do you have anything else you want to add before we jump?
I think the only thing probably that we need to touch on is lease renewal time. So at the moment, when we're seeing lease renewals come up for current tenants or current properties, we're not seeing those big increases that we were seeing before. And I think as long as I'm doing my research and giving that to our landlords, and tenants are also aware as well, a lot of the time I will recommend to an owner a smaller increase or no increase for a good tenant. You know, losing a good tenant because we want to put up the rent too much, I think, and they're going out to the market and seeing what's available, it's risky for us. You know, there's vacancy periods, and sometimes being vacant for a few weeks isn't worth the extra $30 or $40 you want to put the rent up. So I just think make sure you're doing your research, make sure you're looking at what the market currently has to offer before we're kind of having those conversations about renewing a lease.
Yeah, 100%. You're 100% right on. Tenants are just like, they're going to go out and look, right? So I think that's an important part. And yes, there's some people, and likely some of our tenants at the moment, that are still paying well below market value. And increases will happen to reach market value, but the ones that are already sitting at the top, I think, there's going to have to be some good, strong conversations. And to be fair, and that's probably a good tie into the sales property market, pretty much the same, right? Unfortunately, we have had some very big political changes in policies. Another big announcement yesterday that I think changes, yesterday from when we're filming this video, but that changes the landscape of the future. Self-managed super funds, as of when this all passes in the next couple of weeks, will no longer be able to purchase using limited recourse borrowing, basically, which was like a mortgage for self-managed super funds. So we've already had a lot of investors taken away from the market. Borrowing capacity has been reduced due to the negative gearing. And then we go and we add self-managed super funds now can't buy residential properties. That changes things, right?
It does.
And unfortunately, it has had a large impact on values within the market. There's certain markets we've seen that have come back as high as 15% since the budget's come out. There are some markets like acreage that's only seeing, maybe a couple of percent come out of it. And I think for those that are watching this, if you own a property and you purchased it before May 12, I think was the budget, and you have the capacity to hold it, my recommendation to everyone right now is hold, because we're going through a cycle. The market cycles down and cycles back eventually. And the last time we saw, I would say, a correction like we're going through now, and I'm going off historical data, it's about 18 months on average from the top to the bottom, back to the top again. Fingers crossed that's the same, right? We haven't been through this in a quarter of a century for political changes, so policy changes in tax reforms like we're seeing. But I'm hopeful, right? I think we're blessed to have some amazing landlords, and there's some great property within the books that I think will continue to have long-term growth. I think making a rash decision on the news to sell would be unwise because it's a fear-led market right now. Once logic creeps back in, people will start making money again. It's probably a great time to buy more. So if you're watching this and you do have the capacity, well, we haven't seen buying opportunities like we have now. And I said this 3 months ago, it's got even better. And I don't think we'll see these buying opportunities in the long term. The moment they drop rates, which may be accelerated now from yesterday's announcement, we're going to see the market recover and sort of go through that period. So hopefully that's not too long. I think there's a lot of information in there. Some of it sounds doom and gloom, but it's just factual information on what's happening. You don't have to make rash decisions. And I think that's the one thing I want people to take away from this, whether it is to do with moving from one rental to another, or whether it's putting rent up or keeping it the same. Making slow, rational decisions is the best move in this market. Use your professional advisors. Use Melissa and Lexi. Use myself and the team for sales. We're going to advise you the right move, and hopefully that protects them. That's what we're here for, right?
That's what we're here for.
All right. We'll talk to you next month.